right, moving us on to item C, the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered under one motion and approved by one motion. Members of the governing body may remove items for separate discussion if desired. Members of the public may remove items identified as quasi-judicial for separate discussion if desired. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. Would any of the commission like to remove any items?
Mayor, I had a member of the public ask me when I walked in to pull item C1A for comments regarding the content of the City Commission meeting agenda or the meeting minutes from last week.
Any additional ones? All right, with that, as there's no quasi-judicial, I would entertain a motion.
Move to approve the...
Just C1A?
Just C1A. Yep.
Move to approve the consent agenda with the exception of C1A.
Second.
Have a first and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Passes 5-0. Vice Mayor Dever?
Mayor, when I walked in the door, I was asked by a member of the public why certain items weren't listed on the meeting minutes, so I would ask that person to speak to the items because I'm not really prepared to do so, but thought it deserved some sort of recognition since he requested such.
Okay.
The reason I asked Mr. Dever to pull this was because the meeting minutes are not reflective of what actually happened. It lists that the broadcast ends and that there's a 5-minute recess taken, and then it shows coming back to public comment. And what actually happened last week, and I would request that the minutes be corrected, what actually happened was that the live broadcast ended, Ms. Sellers left the room.
Give folks a couple seconds. Seconds to leave the room if you want to. We'll start to open public comment.
She's gonna leave. Well, let's get on with the clown show then. We'll miss you.
Don't forget to flush. Make sure there's no toilet paper on the back of your foot on the way out.
I came up to the podium to speak and asked if it was public comment time.
So, public comment time?
The mayor said, no, just a minute. I stepped back.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet? Okay.
The mayor spoke and then nodded to me and said, sir.
Let's hold off all side conversations while folks are speaking, please. Sir?
And so I approached the podium and spoke for 12 and a half seconds.
Did you see that?
Does that include you? Can you hold all your damn side conversations while I'm talking tonight, Bart? Since we're in a goddamn clown show here, how come you can't make your commissioner stay out here? You're not a strong mayor, Bart.
Until I said that the mayor wasn't a strong mayor and called him Mayor Littleman.
Sir? Mayor Littleman. Mayor Littleman. I think that's what we ought to call him from now on.
If you could make it into the and I'm trying to run an orderly meeting, this is your warning.
I'm not being disruptive.
You are being disruptive. You are talking over me.
Littleman is just having a problem with my vocal words of speech.
At that point, the mayor decided that he would adjourn the meeting, or he actually first asked the police to have me leave.
Being disruptive and trying to run an orderly meeting while he's talking over me. If you could please remove the gentleman, I would appreciate it.
And then took a recess.
We will take a recess.
The words that they're saying.
Thank you.
5
minutes.
While the police escorted me out of the building, issued me a citation for trespassing during public comment, and trespassed me from the rest of the meeting last week.
I'm asking you on its behalf.
Okay, you're asking me, I'm gonna decline unless it's under threat of arrest.
So the only other resolution we have is criminal trespass.
So you're gonna criminal trespass
So
me
what I
from
will
a public
do
meeting?
is go talk to the mayor and ensure that this will be a criminal trespass.
Okay.
During that time,
Okay.
you are free to leave, and we would like you to leave, and he
Okay.
is telling you to leave.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead in a criminal trespass, will I be arrested and taken to jail?
We will institute,
Can I get violated tonight?
A criminal
Get
case.
violated tonight.
okay?
You will institute a criminal, what's that mean?
So I'm going to go back and talk to the mayor.
But will I be
You have the
arrested?
opportunity to leave right
Am
now.
I under threat of arrest though? What's going on? Am I under threat of arrest if I leave? Okay, so I'd like to see how the criminal trespass. So Anthony, where are we at here?
You have been criminal trespassed. You must now leave. However, I've told you that before. You've heard it before. Okay. You are no longer free to go. You're detained. We're going to walk out here, and this officer is going to write you a notice to appear.
I'm gonna get a notice to appear.
You gave him the option.
Yeah, you said we'd
Looks
go
like
into
here's time to go. Would you like to gather your stuff?
Yeah.
You said we'd
gather
like you to leave.
stuff.
You said we'd like you to leave. You did not. You did not.
Yeah, I'm gonna gather my
You
stuff.
gave him the impression that you were going to come back with a verdict that might allow
you
him to
please gather
stay,
your
that you were
stuff?
going to clear, that you were going to clear.
So
the
this
air.
is the Deputy Chief, Anthony Brixius, and Leslie. What's your badge number, Leslie?
546.
546. What's your badge number?
402.
Got the body cams all going, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're gonna issue me a citation for criminal trespass?
Yes, sir.
At a city commission meeting where I've done nothing but use vocal words. And what's the basis for the trespass? What have I done that's caused the
Mayor
trespass?
identified you as disrupting. the
How
meeting.
was I disrupting the meeting during public comment?
Something to be issued out later.
Something to be issued out later?
Yeah. Right now, you have to leave.
Right now, I have to leave the building. Okay.
We are going straight out this way.
So I'm just curious why the meeting minutes do not reflect the accurate chain of events that occurred there. And is this, my natural suspicion of the city is this some way to hide the fact that you unconstitutionally silenced somebody during public comment? Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. There will be public comment after I ask the commission if they have any further questions. So the public comment for this item hasn't started yet.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I don't have anything else to add. Thanks.
Any further questions? Okay, with that, go ahead.
All right, I just wanted to second that and encourage you guys not to approve these minutes because they are not accurate. What it says here is that after the commission calendar, the live broadcast ends and that the commission took a 5-minute recess. That's not the order that it happened. You guys did take a recess, but it was after you had opened public comment. So under the open public comment there, it says the commission heard public comment on items and issues not scheduled on the agenda. And so that's not true. That's only halfway true. Like I said, you did the recess during that time. And also, those minutes don't reflect that you also did not hear comment from the public as well, because like Michael just said there, he wasn't allowed to speak, and then also I wasn't allowed to speak either. And I was simply standing up here talking about the lawsuit, the free speech lawsuit that I filed against you guys, and pointing out the inconsistencies that take place in the meetings here.
Why am I allowed at the March 7th, 2023 meeting to introduce myself with the exact same mass protest language I did that got me stopped later at July 18th meeting? And I'm allowed to read an article on COVID masks not being effective. Why was I not stopped that time? Why was I allowed at the April 4th, 2023 meeting to do my same mask protest introduction plus mention the vaccine clinic protests I attended? I was even allowed to read an article on COVID vaccines. And again, at the December 19th, 2023 meeting, I'm allowed to say that I started a USD 497 mask protest. I'm allowed to read an article on the harms of masking children. Why was I not stopped like I was in July of 2023?
Sir, is this having to do with any
at the April
germane to the city of Lawrence business?
Oh yeah, I'm suing your asses over it, so it's definitely germane. This is the lawsuit. Like I just said, Bart, can you stop my time, please?
And solid inconsistencies, like
This is germane because I'm suing you. This is a lawsuit brought against the city and the mayor right there, Lisa Larson.
Sir,
why was I not stopped like I was in July 22? What is it, Bart?
inconsistencies that you just can't deny. Like I'm allowed to talk about some things sometimes, but not other meetings. Other people talk about the exact same topics as me, and then I'm not allowed to talk about them later. And Bart, you stopped me and then said that wasn't germane.
I'm cautioning you. I'm wanting to run an orderly and efficient meeting.
What am I doing wrong, Bart?
I'm just
tell me how this isn't germane.
Please don't be disruptive.
Tell me how am I being disruptive, Bart? How am I being disruptive? Can you stop my time? I'm having to defend myself for 20 seconds now. Tell me how I'm not being germane and how I'm being disruptive, Bart.
And so, you know, I don't think it gets any more germane than that, where in the actual meetings taking place here, I'm pointing out your inconsistencies. So the city will try to say it needs to be germane to the business of the city. So talking about your meetings that are taking place right here, over the course of time is without a doubt germane. And so anyways, Bart, you stopped me and said that it wasn't germane and that I was creating a disruption. And then you ordered the police to have me removed once again.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
You stopped me, Bart.
Yes, because of the germaneness of what you were saying.
Okay, then explain to me how it wasn't germane, Bart. How was my lawsuit?
Sir, at this point, you're being a disruption. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I'm not gonna leave, Bart. So go fuck yourself. You can ask me all day. I'm sitting down and I'm just gonna attend the rest of the meeting.
And then change your mind at the last second again. And so that's not reflected in those meeting minutes at all. So it seemed like, like Michael said, there were some, it seems like you're trying to cover something up there by not accurately reflecting what's going on here. And, it's all on video. Luckily it's on video because you guys don't broadcast the meetings anymore. So serious issues that are taking place in here in terms of rights violations that are going on, you guys aren't broadcasting it to the public to see. And so it leaves it up to, right now it's just the Lawrence Times that's doing it, but they're only recording your guys' angle of things.
Recess again?
Does that feel cold?
What? It's. You just go. Or should we just go? Sure. What's that?
Let's go forward.
Just go forward?
Yeah, okay.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's next? Who's next?
We're not going to exit him at this point.
Why not?
So we are almost at the end of the meeting.
So it's still only capturing what you guys want to present. So like Michael just said there, thank God he had his camera capturing the angle of what actually happened in the meeting, because it wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have existed. It would just disappeared. Much like Amber when she goes off to the back room, just disappears. It's like it didn't even happen. But we got cameras. So again, those meeting minutes aren't accurate. So I would just encourage you not to go ahead and approve those meetings. Thank you.
Okay, bringing it back to us. Any further discussion?
Mayor, can I move to approve the minutes with the addition of the public comment that we received today as input to the items that were not discussed previously?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mayor. I appreciate all of your time.
Courtney, I'm sorry. That was referred to an earlier item, so you would not be able to talk on that.
No, I can, because you've allowed it to happen many, many times, Mayor, and I appreciate you trying to control a situation you have failed to control many, many times. But thank you for your time. I just want to remind you of that, and good evening.
House number arrested now. Have her removed.
I mean, I can bring them back for your approval, but I wouldn't want to
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that then,
make
please.
changes, but with direction
Yeah,
from the commission of what you would like included.
we can approve the minutes another time. That's fine.
But we've had this conversation before, so if you want me to do something different, it would be helpful if you all provided direction to
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
only one vote, so.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay.
I'm not sure. Are you asking to do something with these particular minutes or minutes in general?
Well, these minutes will need to be amended. It doesn't reflect what happened. I think it's clear that there's no reflection of what occurred that time. I mean, does it mention that of what occurred that night? Do you see it?
It probably depends on, I haven't gone back to watch the video if
Yeah, I don't need
what
to.
occurred happened during the recess or not.
If it's in question, I want to make sure it's right. That's all.
So I'm not necessarily hearing consensus on what it is that you're wanting, Vice Mayor. So is there something specifically, are you directing Sherry to go back and review the comments and questions from
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Spees and to then bring that back to us to review?
To approve this agenda, to approve the meeting minutes that reflect accurately what may have transpired that may have been omitted previously?
So based on the comments that reflect the issues and items that are not scheduled for discussion on the agenda that are germane to the business of the governing body?
Only because, Commissioner Sellers, we've itemized all the other comments that were on open public comment on this list, and I feel like to be consistent, maybe it's not consistent to be omitting previous comments. There's literally seven different separate comments that are listed individually here.
I get that, but you're wanting her to bring back the comments that are specific to the issues and items in the business germane to the body that Mr. Speed spoke of,
Yes, ma'am.
in just those comments.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So there were
But not-
comments provided prior to general public comment being
Correct.
introduced to the mayor.
And that's
And
what
I
you-
can review that, but those were not public comment because he had not
Right.
opened that section of the meeting yet.
Correct.
We also previously have had a conversation about including whether the removal of someone, because we do action minutes.
Sure, that's fine.
Is included.
It's up to y'all. I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
I'm happy to review them and bring them back.
No, that's fine. I'm easy. I just want to make sure we're consistent and that if what occurred did not actually occur according to our minutes, then so be it.
I'm happy. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the video.
I don't know, and I just am trying to follow through with, what was brought up tonight.
We don't go in much detail with any item, though, really.
Sorry?
We don't go in much detail with any item.
No, I mean, but Michael's comment is even acknowledged, and I guess it's because it occurred before public comment started, I guess? is what you're
Yes.
saying? Yeah. Okay, I guess I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
did. That was before.
Yeah. Okay.
So is that motion?
Well, if that's the case, then I'll leave it up to you, and I didn't understand that the comments were done prior to open public comment. My bad.
I would agree if it were during the open public
Yeah.
comment, that's different. But
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks.
Are we?
We'll need a motion to approve because they're your minutes, or you all can just direct me to bring them back next week after review. We don't need a motion to do that. Just if you don't approve them, then I'll bring them back
I'm going to
next.
make a motion.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the 9/10/24 City Commission meeting minutes.
I would entertain a second.
Second.
Have a first and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
I can't hide.